Very good evening to one and all present here. It is truly a matter of immense pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this very insightful online interactive session, which is also the 82nd Leadership Development Program by Corporate Mentor. I extend my heartfelt greetings to our esteemed honorable guest speaker for the day, Mr. Rajesh Setia, sir, Honorable Chairman Professor BP Singh, sir, in absentia. Honorable Senior Professor Ajay Kumar Singh Sir, Honorable Director of our college, Professor Mahesh Sharma Sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh Sir, a respected faculty member, and my dear fellow students. I, Akshata, a proud student of BBA batch 2024 at DSPSR, feel deeply honored to stand before you today. DSPSR has always been committed to academic excellence, industrial integration, and holistic student development. And today's session is another wonderful step in this direction. To commence this session on an auspicious note, let us now take part in the symbolic ritual of lighting the virtual lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and the ushering in the wisdom and enlightenment. May this fame of knowledge guide us toward clarity, confidence, and success in the days ahead. Now, I request.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते वक्रतुण्ड
It is my great honor to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, Mr. Rajesh Sethi, sir, founder and CEO of TESTPAN India Private Limited, a recognized startup and leading Indian name in assessment and tech economic system. By education, sir is a mechanical engineer with a master's in business administration and a serial entrepreneur with over 27
नेता से
years
बात
of.
नहीं हो पाई थी इसका
Sorry. By education, sir is a mechanical engineer with a master's in business administration and a serial entrepreneur with over 27 years of experience. He began his career as a sales engineer and rose his position of country head before successfully leading multiple ventures, including Lakshmi Embroidery Private Limited, Pan Asia Testing, and finally founding TESTPAN India Private Limited in 2016. Today, TESTPAN has emerged as a Startup India recognized company with a turnover of over 10 crores. CRISIL rated, MSME approved, ISO certified, and has partnered with leading assessment firms like TCS, Person, SHL, Aptech, and many more. TESTPAN extensive reach over 637,000 plus testing nodes across 40,000 plus test ventures in 508 countries across India. And seven in international countries. Sir's company have received numerous awards, including recognition by Forbes India, Economic Times, Startup India, SME Awards, and ET Now, making TestPan a pioneer in online examination infrastructure and services. Beyond his business journey, Sir has been a motivational speaker, business blaster, coach, and with the Delhi government, and a mentor to countless students and entrepreneurs. His contribution to alumni associations and social entrepreneurship further reflects his commitment to giving back to society. So, the journey from corporate to professional to visionary leadership is a true source of inspiration for all of us. On the behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome Mr. Rajesh Sethi, sir, and we look forward to learning from your wisdom
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Akshita.
Akshita, you are mute. You are mute.
Thank you. We are equally privileged to have our moderator, Mr. Vaibhav Sharma, a motivated and result-driven BBA student at DSPSR with strong expertise in digital marketing, SEO, social media management, and project leadership. Vaibhav has demonetized practical exposure with the digital marketing intern and at Online Strikes, where he successfully improved organic website traffic through SEO strategies and content management. On the behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome you, Weber, and we are delighted to have you as a moderator today.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, you are.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Vaibhav, you are audible. Go ahead.
Vaibhav, we have already done the dry run. That means in dry run you have
So,
cleared me.
so thank you
Is
so
there?
much for the warm welcome, Ms. Akshita. It is our privilege to welcome. Shall I start?
Yes.
Yes, Vaibhav.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Ms. Akshita. It is a privilege to welcome you, Mr. Rajesh Setia, sir, to the 108th online interactive session. We are truly honored to have you with us today. I'm certain that your insights will make this session not only highly engaging for the students, but also enriching for everyone present here. To make this session more interactive and beneficial for our students, I would now like to ask you some questions focused on student development and career growth and opportunities. Shall I, sir?
Sure. Please go ahead.
So, so my first question is, what motivated you to switch from a successful corporate career as country head to becoming an entrepreneur in 2002?
So, first of all, I would like to thank the entire top management of DSPSR and Ishita and Vaibhav for shortlisting me and getting me to this online webinar. And I will see that whatever time I spend here with the students, I do justification to that. Any mistake is there, sir, please excuse me. I would like to, because I don't, whenever I start like this, that I am still a student and learning. Only thing is with the 25 years experience. So that's how I start everything with. So the question, let's start straight to the point. So from a business class family, and I wanted, to become an entrepreneur right from my father's guidance. So this is a family culture. Usually it happens when a family which is running in a business and which is a reasonably successful business. So from that motivation at the back, but I still had an impression that whatever business class families are there, it's always good. You can join your family business first. But if you join with your technical managerial career and work outside the world, and with that experience, if you join back your family business, it becomes a more fruitful. If you see most of the successful businessmen, they have sent their students, I mean, their sons and daughters to, go for higher qualification and then they are helping. If that would have been the case, they would have not ever sent it. So it is absolutely your own ambitions, what it works, and you have to be very, very choosy, selective, and timely decisions are to be taken so that, whenever you are not late in that, and if you have that real ambition with you, you can work for that. So it starts from you. So I would say I had an ambition to become an entrepreneur with the guidance of my father and the network and the ecosystem I had to support right from day one. I hope I am able to answer your question, Weber.
Vaibhav, unmute yourself. Vaibhav, am I audible to you?
Vaibhav, you have to unmute yourself. There was something wrong, I think.
So never mind. By the time Webab joins again, it's
Yes,
absolutely
he
fine.
has
So I
come
can,
back, I suppose.
yeah.
I think he has
So
come back.
still, I don't know. It's online. Otherwise, I would have been happy to, have some quiz kind of a question. How many of you are there from a business background family, and how many you are from the job uh, background families? And if may I ask, because I know either you have to say in the chat box yes, no, or business family yes, and this thing, or anyone can give me that input. In the class of this 31 students, of course, there will be 20-25 who are going to be the students. What is the percentage of students which are into the studies have their business family background? Can I have some idea on this, sir?
Yeah, sure. The students can write their family background, business or otherwise. In the meantime, Vaibhav, you can continue with the questions.
Yes.
Let them write in the background. Yeah.
So I'll keep them engaged because they should not sleep. Cameras are off, and I know because I am also a student. I always keep a camera on whatever online lecture I keep. So I make sure that I don't sleep. So I'll keep you engaged, and I can ask anyone question. So be careful on that. Over to you, Vaibhav. I think there is a internet connection
some
challenge with the Wi-Fi.
some connectivity issue, it seems. So, what do you suggest to the students, the mantras for success, if I may ask you the question like that?
So it's like, sir. So no offense to the families and the students who wants to become on a higher profile and higher positions in a job. But what I feel is if somebody is doing higher studies and if they are in the business schools, the best return they can give as a Guru Dakshina to a business school is by becoming an entrepreneur. You will create a job for yourself, but you are creating more job for other, always will have a little upper edge. Onto if I have a comparison between a business and job, but no offense in a true sense, and that too, it should be your own ambition and your own goal. It should not be forced anything.
Yeah, that's very right. Whether you want to be a job seeker or you want to be a job giver,
Yes,
that is
yes.
the most important distinction in life. Should
And
inspire
today,
you.
we always say we have been a job seeking economy. If I talk about 1992 when the economy was open, we were focused on more of the service sector, more less on the manufacturing sector. And see, we have really made the results. So Google is not from India, but the CEO of the Google is an Indian. Now the scenario has come that Google company has to be an Indian company. It can be a Swiggy, it can be a Zomato. It has to be a unicorn in India by India. So that's the way external environment has changed toward entrepreneurship. And still there is a lot of scope because I see if I compare it with China, of course, China plus one, three things are very important for Indian conditions. So that everyone should be educated. Everyone should pay tax in their own respective domain of whatever income they have. And third, we have to create entrepreneurs. If we get into this with my experience of 27 years, I think on this, the entire game is there. Let it be financial game, social game, political game, whatever. Because the kind of people we have and the kind of jobs are there, still we are lagging a lot of behind. So that's how I answer your question, sir.
Sir, I have a question. If you allow, may I ask?
Please do, please do.
So this question is from entrepreneurs. As being a human being, we have some kind of fear.
Mhm.
So, sir, when you stepped away from a top leadership role in a multinational setup, start from zero as an entrepreneur. So,
Mm.
was there a moment of fear within you?
So I tell you, first you have to be very, very honest to yourself. Either you want to become an entrepreneur or you want to become a general manager or vice president of the organization. With my experience, I should say if you have an ambition to become an entrepreneur, you should always do a job and then become an entrepreneur. And if you want to become an job vice president, you should always join a branded company. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, join a small company. The only difference which will help you take that fear out, in a small company, you will be exposed to all the departments. For example, I joined a small company by the name of Silfix India, where I was doing a product development, market research, sales. Even I had an idea of accounts also, administrator also, HR also, because that was a small company. But if you join a company like L&T or Maruti, you will be given a department and you will be stick to that department. So the only thing is that fear will come out when you do every exercise step by step initially only. Because if you join a branded company, they will create such a strong ecosystem around you that your entrepreneurship thing will die. But if you have a strong will, and even if you are there in a branded company, you can still become. But added advantage if you join a small company to see all the departments. And when you have a confidence of all the departments, that will help you to jump into the entrepreneurship. It's like jumping into the swimming pool. So either
Sir,
you hold a wall or a grill, or you go into the deep and start saving your life.
okay, that means you just want to say, or this is the message for the students that before getting into entrepreneur activity or before getting in start of entrepreneurial activity, your students should first possess a job or
It is
student
always preferred.
first
It is always
for
preferred.
getting confidence and exposure.
Yes, because you are learning on others' money.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Simple, one liner. For entrepreneurship, you have to print a letter, fold it, buy an envelope, close it, paste it, go to a courier company and do it. There, you will just sign it and rest all will be done.
Exactly.
So I tell you on the ground
यही
level,
चीज
that's the
मैं भी
difference
स्टूडेंट
between.
के साथ कहती हूँ, मतलब स्टूडेंट के साथ जनरली मैं शेयर करती हूँ क्लास में कि किसी को मतलब अब हर स्टूडेंट्स को तो जॉब नहीं करनी होती है, कोई भी स्टूडेंट्स अगर बिजनेस भी करे तो पहले जॉब जरूर करे, मतलब 1 साल 2 साल 3 साल की एक्सपीरियंस ले ले, क्योंकि जॉब जितना मुझे सिखा आई मीन जितने स्टूडेंट्स को या जॉब जितना सिखा देता है ना, तो मैं भी ये प्रेफर करती हूँ कि स्टूडेंट्स को जॉब जरूर करना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस ले लो, एक्सपोजर ले लो, देन गेट इनटू बिजनेस.
Absolutely. And that's a bonus actually. When I was being shortlisted for a job, when I was not prepared to go for a job. And when I asked that, I have done only one job. I asked my boss, the entrepreneur, why did you shortlisted me? कहते हैं, you are from business class family or you wanted to a job. So we thought you are a better bet for the organization because leaving your own business and doing something different. Because if I am from a job, I will prefer a job only. It's a routine thing. But people will say, I when you for engineering, I went for management. Why you want to do engineering or management? You are a business class family. You can get everything in hierarchy.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for such
Yeah.
a important and relevant information or answer you have shared. Sir, one question is related to the same questions.
Yeah.
What calculus helped you to take that risk before getting into the entrepreneur
Good
startup?
one. I think you're hitting the bullseye. So by the time you finish your masters and job, you get married. Usually people don't get married. They say they want to have a career first and then they want to get married. But it was not the case earlier. You used to get a reasonably age of 27, 28, 29 kind of thing, and you get married. So what helped me first, we were a joint family.
Okay.
So there were first everyone around you to give you a factor. The second, I had a working wife. So even if I see it individually as a family, it is like one is on a safer bet and other can take a lot of risk. So I don't say you get married and take a risk. It doesn't mean that also, but I'm telling you my story that how it is. So because the only fear comes is, oh, we have such an EMIs, we have so many expenses, we are doing a job. How will we switch if something goes wrong? Who is going to fill that? So the financial backup or financial support, if it is there within the first family, it helps you take risk faster and higher and multiple times, provided your efforts were genuine and honest. Success and failure is no challenge. But you have to have a fair thing towards you and whatever, because even if the money is given by your family, for example, or a bank, or anybody, a friend, relative, you have a onus on you. It has an onus on you. So they are trusting you. So when we talk about today's startup ecosystem, why you look for an investor? Ask your friend to put 1 lakh rupees on you. If he can give you, then investor can also give you. So it's this way. I see it this way.
Thank you so much, sir. So Vaibhav Sharma is ready to ask some questions.
Yeah.
Vaibhav, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, sir, as you started your entrepreneurship journey, so what were the challenges you faced in the beginning, and how did you overcome them?
So I started as sales engineer, I told you, and I was growing because of my efficiencies and the talent I had other than degree, which is most important thing. And there was a stage after 3 years, like I became a sales engineer, the manager business development and country head. Means your company was watching you and you were result oriented. And it was slowly giving me a comfort zone to grow in that and dragging me away from, entrepreneurship. And I tell you, I always give that. And I'm proud of saying that. My father said in a Hindi, a very layman line, बेटे अगर आना है तो आ जाओ वरना ये तुम्हारी जवानी लूट लेंगे. It is a very layman simple line, but if you see it, entrepreneurship is risk taking. The risk taking is sooner you enter into the entrepreneurship, higher is the risk taking capacity. Later you go join into the entrepreneurship, your other parameters of family, EMI commitments, financial expenses which you have expanded, you are not ready to. So that creates more of a fear. So I say it this way, do it, do a 1 or 2 job, not many jobs, because that becomes a negative biodata. But do it thoroughly with the impression that you want, what is your end goal? What is your small term goal? What is your long term goal? How do you see yourself after 5 years? You really want to be in job? Fair enough. You like it. You can grow in that. No, nothing. But if you want to do something extra, then you have to take a decision to get into the entrepreneurship as soon as possible. So 5 years when I did job, I was feeling very comfortable with the 50,000 package in 97. I remember that was a pretty high package, car, AC cabin, just in 5 years. I was getting into the comfort zone. I left the job. And my boss said, why you want to leave job? He said, I said, I want to start my own. He said, have you thought about it? I said, no, I have not thought. So I'll give you another example. While doing a job, I started to do a first venture, which I have not mentioned. It was a M system. We wanted to enter into the software development company. So I was an engineer MBA. My wife was an MCA. So we thought I have a marketing, business, and administrative skills, and they have the tech skill. And it was a failure. Reason being, you cannot run two boats. You have to either be in the job or be there into the entrepreneurship. So you have to choose a right boat at right time. When it failed, what we were thinking, okay, if this business succeed, we will leave the job and get into this. But when you row on a two boats, you are going to drown. So you have to be very, very choosy. So we thought we are not ready. Let's go back to the job. It was after 3 years. And then after 2 years, I took another decision. Now I'm ready and I think I can take a risk.
So, thank you, sir, for this insight. So, sir, as TESTPAN started in 2016, and today it is among India's leading infra support providers for online exams.
Yeah.
What vision did you start with regarding TESTPAN?
So when I started with the family business, it was 2002 to 2010 primarily. We were into the
So,
apparel sector. In spite of the fact that I was a mechanical engineer with MBA background, I could have, and I left the very rosy and a very glamorous job and high package that time in 98. We really struggled and slogged a lot in that. because we had taken a loan from the bank and it was a family business. And it was going down because of the American economy bubble bursted in 2008-9. You remember that Lehman Brothers?
Yes, sir.
So we understood we were working for the export market. We were not doing anything in domestic. We thought the payments were getting late, the cost of production was going high. So, two lessons we learned from this. And that time I was looking for a change. And I told you in my introduction, you have seen that I am working for the Alumni Association. That was I doing as a part of hobby. That time there was a friend of mine who told me that you are working for your college, you know, the college and this thing. And then paper pen exams were predominant in the country and online exams were not happening. So we thought now let's take future next 10 years, 15 years, it's going to be a predominantly online and pen paper will go. So first three test centers when we got an idea, I worked for 3 months as a test marketing. My Lakshmi brother was running. I was doing test marketing for another thing because in business you have to be very, very careful that you have to say no also and you have to close also. If you get into the trap of a debt, you get on कि आज ठीक हो जाएगा, आज ठीक हो जाएगा, आज ठीक हो जाएगा. And that's especially when you are doing an entrepreneurship which is not a legacy for 100 years. Talk about Reliance, talk about Mahindra, you talk about they are right because they had a right people, right strategy, right thing. But it is not everyone is in that category. So that time it was going down and I was doing a test marketing. This is how I entered into this. So first three centers we booked in India, in Delhi was, one was my Bharati Vidyapeeth where I did my MBA from. One of my friend had a test center and one my dad called up a friend of his that he is starting with something new, which is new to the industry. Please help him. And the first success, after that, we never looked back. You know, it was like a business model which came from that passion and hobby of working and giving back to the society and the pressure building of the current business not doing good and you were looking for a change in a very calculated way. So we did not have losses in that business. We reduced the losses to very minimal and switched to this business by closing that business profitable. Usually what happens is the trap is you have losses, 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 bad debts, bankrupt, NPA, non-performing asset. We did not do that. And then we switched over. So this needs a mind and an eye to see on the opportunities as well prevailing. See, you were a mechanical engineer. We were in different job. We went to the apparel sector and now we are getting into the online. All the four things are not connected. There are three types of entrepreneurship. One, you do a job, you become a competitor of your job, boss company. One part. You have a job, you went to the family business, you continued with the family business. Third, you created your own with your backgrounds. So I am in that league. I am a business class, but whatever business I created from the scratch itself.
Okay,
So
sir.
that's how the things change. And I always keep on saying you have to be honest. You can't, and you have to give a time to it. And be
Hmm.
आपने को पढ़ा है अभी SWOT analysis?
Yes, sir.
So you have to do SWOT at every junction of your life and project, whether business or whether personal.
Okay.
And then take a call on that.
Hmm. So, sir, as you started TESTPAN in 2016, so how did you manage to expand its reach to 4,000 plus test venues, 508 cities, and 7 international countries in such a short time?
Seriously, tell me one thing. I'm just being very candid. Have you given a biodata to a chat GPT and they have created a questions? Because it's
Oh,
very, very specific as by my biodata moves. Joke apart. But anyway, the question is right.
yes.
So I say in a one line, your network is your net worth. In our entrepreneurship, you have to be very, very extrovert. Introvert will not have success fast. It has to be an extrovert. So what we did, we started with Delhi. We picked up one company. We went to the competitor and we told we have done for that company. So there was a FOMO. Oh, they are doing it for them. We will have, we want to do for us also. So one testimonial for a business development guy, and you are selling that testimonial to the competitors, you are generating the business. So we have now 114 centers in Delhi. And then we started pushing out of the, because these companies and these multiple, and never put all eggs in one basket. You should not, whenever you start an entrepreneurship, your first client is very important. But keep on adding on the clients, because maybe that repo or licensing you have done with that client is good. It can give you a big sales also, but never put all your eggs in one. Keep on finding the new customers, new product, new services within the same ecosystem if you are expanding. Don't stick to one, because अगर वो customer नाराज हुआ, you are again going to be shut down. And these are the small reasons why failure happens.
Okay, sir.
So from there, we started going to the places, word of mouth, references. Of course, social media had come at that time. We were making a perfect use without paying for the social media. We were doing, because you are a MBA marketing, so you have learned about that P4P strategy. And we were, using the entire, and then the ecosystem helps you out to connect. So from three centers to Delhi, I think that the reading was not made correct. Three centers from New Delhi, we are having 3,670 in India, in 526 cities and 17 countries. And as a founder, I still have a target of 72 countries, which I'm going to achieve in 1 year.
Yes, sir.
So from
So,
local
sir,
to
what?
global.
Yes. So, what has been the biggest operational challenge in handling such large-scale online exam support, and how did your team solve it?
So this is a sector what we have picked up of booking the infrastructure, or providing the technical, non-technical manpower, or biometrics, CCTV, jammers, the delivery part. It is a very unorganized sector. It was rather unorganized when we had entered. So we knew it that it's an organized side, but our clients were very organized. I mean, the companies like TCS Ion, or maybe ETS, or Aptech, Meritrax, Sifi, and if you have idea about these companies which are into the assessment. So our journey was from unorganized sector to try to make it organized. So you are taking a help from the client, but trying to make a workforce which is into the organized sector, because it's a service. You're not selling a product, you are selling a service. So commitment and dedication and the sincerity of whatever you are saying has to be implemented on the ground. Take a small step, keep on adding, and do not stick into the cabin. You have to be initially on the ground, because in the ground you are going to have the real info, what's happening at ground zero. But when you can learn it, then you put it the teams in the place, because you can do it yourself, but you can very well train the team with that. If you are not able to do it yourself, your teams can make fool of you. So from Delhi to Delhi NCR to nearest state, next state, this state, that state, and this is how. And it took 10 years. It is not a small period. It is not that ki rato rat we became a pan India company and now global. There is a hard journey after of 12 years. So don't think कि वो हो सकता है कि आप शेर हैं और एक माद में बैठे हैं, और आपको लकीली एक भेड़ या बकरी भटक के आपकी माद में आ गई और आपने खा ली। बट अगर आप शेर हैं तो आप जंगल में जाइए, चूहा भी मिलेगा और हाथी भी मिलेगा. So don't think कि everything comes at your thing. Usually people do the mistakes here. They stay away from the ground and the challenges arise. The moment you are into the ground, your confidence boosts. So you have to be physically strong, first thing, mentally strong, and you should be a movable asset.
Yes.
Then you can go local, pan India, and global. I still travel and I love traveling.
Okay, sir. So, sir, as you just mentioned, your partners like TCS and Pearson View. So, how do you ensure trust, quality, and security when working with these partners?
When you are selling a testimonial to a competitor, that testimonial has to be right, true, genuine. First.
Yes.
Second, when you are selling, don't oversell. Whatever is in your capacity, sell. I used to say, I have only 10 centers in Delhi. I can give you those. Don't oversell. Don't bluff, because they are very professional. They know you better. Whatever marketing you do, blah, blah, in front of them, your word of mouth and your background verification check will give them an entire this thing. So if you are street smart, you are on ground, you are practical, you are energetic, innovative, these brands understand pretty well. So because they have the sense of, recognizing these kind of businesses, people, that's why they are global brands.
Okay.
You have to prove
So,
your wealth, your worth to them, and they will
okay.
come. And do not bluff. First yourself or the client, or anyone for that matter.
Thank you, sir,
जुगाड़
for
होता है
such
ना, जुगाड़,
insights.
जुगाड़
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, सर.
आटे में नमक की तरह चलाइएगा, लेकिन नमक नमक में आटा मत चलाइएगा.
Yes, sir.
But it doesn't work globally. I can still say it works in India, but globally they don't prefer or they don't admire jugaad.
Okay, sir. So, sir, as you were just in 2024, Republic Day parade listed for
Yeah,
startups.
yeah.
50 shortlisted started.
I
So, sir,
know.
it must have been an
I
emotional
was
moment for
super
you.
proud. I'm a born brought up Delhiite. I've seen a parade on TV. Even last month I was in London and there was a speech from Lal Killa, 15th August. I had a Jan Gan Man stand on thing, and I was feeling so proud that though I'm not physically present in India, but the goosebumps still comes when I was singing that Jan Gan Man and when the flag was hosted at Lal Killa. So when this came, and it came sheer from your recognition of your startup, you feel so proud of it. And I told my wife, see, we have seen it in this thing, but now Government of India is recognizing the startups. We will do increase. So in that age of 54, born brought
Yes,
up,
sir.
this was a problem that we were sitting opposite to the prime minister's or president's opposite side, the first chamber.
Yes, sir.
So it's a matter of pride, proud, and this gives you goosebumps to do better, do more for yourself, for your team, for your company, and for your country.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, I would like to ask, as a serial entrepreneur, how do we identify when it's the right time to start or pivot a business? Because
How do you think when you enter anything or do anything which you are feared of?
nothing, just started that.
That's it. That's the answer. If
Okay.
the fear is there, don't do it. But डर के आगे जीत है. डर गया,
Yes, sir.
समझो मर गया. So
And
I say it in that whatever is our jargon, jingles you are seeing every day in your day-to-day life. I am not doing anything extraordinary, but I'm using it at the right time. So जब डर लगे तो इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करो. सब कुछ आपको नहीं आता है, टेक ओपिनियन. And
okay,
don't jump into the bigger boat. Do a small test marketing. Keep the risk minimum. Keep the financial risk minimum. आपके पास 1 लाख रुपए पड़ा है और आपने सीधा 1 लाख रुपए का ही पानी कर दिया. Do a test marketing of 20,000 rupees. 80,000 is still
okay.
spare. You can do the
Yes, sir.
retest. And that's what it happens in everything. This business is like this only. So I borrowed a 80,000 rupees from my wife and created a 10 crore empire now. I know I am not 100 crores, but I have a vision to become an 100 crores, but that still the journey is on.
Okay, sir. So, how do you balance growth with sustainability when scaling a startup like TESTPAN?
So when the pandemic was there,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Test pan exists. And we knew it if nobody is going outside. And nobody had an experience of how to sustain and how to see when you do not have any referral with any network of yours that they had gone through a pandemic. It was there 100 years back. So this is where your water is being tested. So were the team of around 13 people that time. 13 people. but you believe us with our strong determination, resilience. We did not lay off anything, any of them. But as a founder, I told them, if you get an opportunity, we don't know whether the online exams or going physically to the test center will happen or not. We don't know. But we are not telling you the layoff, but if you have an opportunity, please go. And teens were so dedicated and committed. We had a cut of 20% in their salaries with zero income, and they supported the top management in the first pandemic layer. And second pandemic layer, we did not do that cut. We gave the salaries which were being decided upon. But when the pandemic was over, their appreciation boosted to 35% minimum when we
Yes,
were
sir.
coming back to the track. So it is, don't think individually, think as a whole. Because if you're an entrepreneur, even if a chai wala has a bacha who does a glass safai, not a bacha, but I would say have the age of 18-year-old boy with the, you have to think at that level.
Okay, sir.
So you have to have emotion, but do not get behna in emotion. Rather than sympathy, you should have a empathy. And these are the few traits entrepreneurs needed.
Okay.
So if you keep all this in totality, I think when teams are with you in your bad time, means you have earned their respect and their trust that they are not leaving you. अगर आपको सैलरी में कट लगा दो और ना दो सैलरी, कितने दिन आप रुकेंगे? And when you don't have the incomes and you
At
don't know,
most 3 months.
and we thought it has happened to everyone, let's learn it the new way. So the new normal came. I added 9 business vertical during that time because we could not survive on the center booking because that time exams from home came. You might have given few exams in your school
Yes, sir.
online. So it got evolved. We started giving the technical proctors and we started another business model. The level we have reached is now whatever exams are happening in US, we are proctoring it from India now and getting a
Oh,
dollar revenue to the country.
okay, sir. So, what advice would you give students on leveraging alumni networks for professional growth?
Alumni network, that's very close to me.
Yes,
So
sir.
when I work myself for 15 years without having an intention that this is going to happen, people are going to BNI, correct? People are going to professional uh, uh, agencies and the companies who give you networking and you pay, right? You take a membership of FICCI, CII, BNI, you have to pay. But what do you pay in alumni network? Nothing.
Nothing.
So that's the first step to stay connected with your previous ones and the current ones. I'll tell you, even from an institute perspective, 30% of the work regarding the placements, if the alumni is strongly handled, can be done by the alumni themselves. So the power of networking, I said your network is your network. The first network you get is your free friends and juniors who will go across and who were like you and they will grow. So from alumni, you should always come back to the college. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You cannot be selfish. अरे हमने तो फीस दिया, हमें डिग्री मिल गया, उनका काम खत्म, हमारा काम खत्म. No. You have certain responsibility towards the college. You all should come, speak to the juniors, whatever way. It's not that you can give the placements only to them. You can give a
Yes,
guest
sir.
lecture. You can guide them to something which is coming new to the market, something new, something system. But come back and do a hand holding, and this hand holding will help you to grow exponentially if you can encash it, whether it is alumni, which is free of cost to you initially, and then the networks, the way you grow later.
Okay, sir.
Vaibhav, what's
I went to US, after 7 years. My engineering classmate and MBA classmates, they came personally to meet for a cup of coffee, lunch, or dinner. And that was alumni network. It's
Okay,
30, 35 years we have passed out from the college. So make sure entrepreneur has to have that network. It's going to help you in business because few things you will do it by money, but few things you are going to do with your goodwill also, and that's free of
okay,
cost.
sir.
Babu, if you allow me, I ask one question again.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, rightly you have mentioned that Pan India is not just a one-day game or one-day journey. It's very true. Sir, seeing your background itself telling us so many things about you. So, yet we want to hear from you. You have received many prestigious awards. Which one was the most validating, not just emotionally, but strategically? Perhaps opening door or changing perception?
So Forbes, we say for a business school, is a very renowned magazine, a business magazine. When I was doing a alumni meets and alumni work, one of the alumni was on the Forbes UAE magazine on a top cover. Correct? आ सकता है?
Yes, sir.
And there I thought, yeah, okay, someday I will also go to that level. And not by virtue of I am going to Forbes, Forbes picking us for that. So we got one of that prestigious one, and the other one was we were on the national TV, Economic Times and Times Now in 2019, just before the pandemic, when the Shark Tank was not there in India. It was a Leaders of Tomorrow season 7 or maybe season 5. We were being shortlisted by them. And when you were in the TV and then you get a call from people, oh my goodness, you are there on Economic Times. That gives you a very. And the third one was the PhD Chamber of Commerce when Mr. Nitin Gadkari gave us the award of Best Startup. And now, last month, we got it from Tally, Mint, and Hindustan Times. Now we are being evaluated for CII. So these are the moral boosters that yes, industry is giving you the recognition and that you can help you grow in a marketing also, but also you can encash that ecosystem because once you are recognized,
Yes, sir.
the entire ecosystem is watching you. It's up to you how you encash that.
Exactly. True, sir. That's very inspiring answer, sir. So
Yeah.
next questions related to failure, rejection, and success. You also mentioned that we should not feel feared from failure. So, sir, we often hear that failure and rejection are the best teachers.
Yes.
Yet most people still fear them deeply. Do you think that this fear stems primarily from the desire or maybe even the greed? So to succeed on the very first attempt?
No, I told you in my story. First company I started with my wife as a software development was a failure. I do owe 5 lakh rupees in way back 99.
But sir, many of the people just do start for getting succeed, not for failure.
So, so I said immediately after that, I said and I patted my back, you are not ready. Go back what you are doing the good from sales engineer to country head. So we are being taught to succeed. I think it's high time that we should be taught for the failures also. I should say failure should be a must in somebody's life. Must. Because it tests your waters again. If you bounce back and the experience you do and you learn. आपका एक एक्सीडेंट हो गया स्कूटर का गाड़ी का और आपने गाड़ी चलाना बंद कर दिया is hardest of the failure.
True.
आपने दोबारा चलाया और केयरफुली चलाया is bouncing back. तो हार क्या होता है हम कुछ एक लोकल कहावत है मन के हारे हार है और मन के जीते जीत हार जीत होगी सक्सेस फेलियर इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द गेम so I tell you one exam we did in 2018 we had a failure of 1.75 crore billing amount business and I thought it's a midlife crisis
सर एक चीज मैं ऐड ऑन करना चाहूंगी। एक कहावत भी है कि सर कई लोग इवन छोटे शहरों में, छोटे गांव में देखा जाता है कि वो घर से नहीं निकलते जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ फियर। सर घर से ना निकलना ही सबसे बड़ा फेलियर है।
यस, एक आई हैव टू टेक वन अर्जेंट कॉल, जस्ट वन वन
ठीक है,
वन सेकेंड.
नो इश्यूज।
Sorry.
नो इश्यूज।
So I tell you upfront, I leave office by 6:30. My mother keeps on waiting. I make a tea for her and we do chai pe charcha. And we do it as a chai utsav. So, so वो जो फियर है ना मैम, जो आप बोल रहे हैं, अगर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप बहुत लोनली जर्नी होती है, एंड इट इज यू हु हैज टू बाउंस बैक. अच्छा हुआ, अरे यू आर डूइंग बस्ट, एवरी देयर विल बी आर्टिफिशियल पीपल, देयर विल बी रियल पीपल. बट फेलियर है ना, वो फेलियर इज लाइक, जब क्रिकेट मैच होता है, जब आप जीतते हैं तो कौन सी बॉल और कौन सा रन और कौन सी विकेट से वो आप जीत गए, नोबडी इवैल्यूएट्स.
यस सर, ट्रू।
लेकिन आप किस बॉल से, अगर उसको आउट होना था और वो नहीं हुआ और आप हार गए, तो सारा ब्लेम लग जाता है. तो फियर होना चाहिए, आई से दैट यू कांट एस्केप दैट इमोशन, बट फियर को अपने ऊपर हावी नहीं होना देना चाहिए. डर तो सबको लगता है, प्लेन में सब उड़ रहे होते हैं, बात ना करे लेकिन मन में डर होता है. तो क्या
यस।
हम प्लेन में उड़ना बंद कर देते हैं? I was very upset when this Air India flight happened, and I was to fly after few days. I was thinking, oh my God, what I'm seeing today, what happens if it happens with us? So I think natural, yes, fear आएगा. But when you went there, we thought everyone is doing it. Fear went. But अगर मैंने उसके बाद मैंने फ्लाई करना ही बंद कर दिया, nobody can stop you. So it's up to you. डर के आगे जीत है और आपको खुद ही उससे बाहर निकलना है. यू कैन टेक अ सपोर्ट, यू कैन टेक अ हेल्प फ्रॉम अ काउंसलर नाउ डेज, यू नो. हमें तो मालूम नहीं था डिप्रेशन क्या होता है. हमारे तो कान के नीचे एक लगता था और हम सोचते थे कि यार ये डिप्रेशन क्या चीज है. वो जो मेम आप देखते हो ना, मेम, कि
जी सर।
एक लगा और भूल गए डिप्रेशन डिप्रेशन क्या होता है. सो इट इज योर अपब्रिंगिंग, द एनवायरमेंट ऑफ द होम, योर कंपनी, योर सराउंडिंग्स, योर थॉट प्रोसेस, ऑल इट मैटर्स. और उस पे अगर आप पॉजिटिव रहते हैं हमेशा, तो फियर आप पे हावी नहीं होता. सोचिए, 2.25 करोड़ का एक स्टार्टअप के ऊपर आ जाए, तो माई पी एन द फर्स्ट एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द कंपनी से, सर भाग गए होते आप सर, ये तो आप तो भाग गए होते कि चलो बंद करो दुकान, यू डन. बट वी फेस इट एंड इट इज 8 years. I earned more profit. I paid from my pocket to the market, and not even a single case on the company. This shows the resilience. तो जब तक अच्छा है, तब तक तारीफ है, फोर्ब्स भी है, ये रिकग्निशन है, वो रिकग्निशन. फेलियर है तो मैं दुबक के सो जाऊं, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
यस।
इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ टू कॉइन, आई मीन टू पार्ट्स ऑफ द कॉइन. समटाइम अप, समटाइम डाउन, बट बाउंस बैक. कहते हैं ना, वो हार कर जीतने वाले को ही बाजीगर कहते हैं, और सक्सेस इज काउंटेड स्वीटेस्ट बाय दोज हु नेवर सक्सीड. बिलीव इन दैट.
Thank you so much, sir. I am done. If anyone having questions, do ask. Put your questions on chat box, and or you may raise your hand.
क्वेश्चन अगर नहीं हुआ ना, तो मैम मैं समझूंगा किसी ने सुना नहीं है, पक्का.
We are sir active listener.
मैं को बिल्कुल रिजल्ट मुझे पता लग जाएगा उसी टाइम ही कि क्या
But sir,
रिजल्ट हुआ इस
truly,
वेबिनार में.
one thing I just want to convey you that today's session is very very inspiring. इट्स ट्रूली इंस्पायरिंग सर। मैंने सोचा नहीं था कि मैं क्वेश्चंस पूछूंगी। ट्रूली मैं मतलब मैं सोच के नहीं रखी थी माइंड में कि मैं क्वेश्चंस पूछूंगी सर। बट द वे यू आंसर, द वे यू वर टॉकिंग एंड द वे यू वर गिविंग आंसरिंग एंड ऑल दोज एक्सपीरियंस यू हैव शेयर्ड, ये क्वेश्चंस अपने आप माइंड में मेरे आ गया, तो मुझे लगा पूछना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल.
इट वाज ट्रूली इंस्पायरिंग सर।
और अगर स्टूडेंट ने नहीं पूछा तो मुझे पता लगा है सब सो रहे थे. बस वो फियर है, अटेंडेंस का थोड़ा चैलेंज है. आई नो, सी आई सेड आई एम अ स्टूडेंट एंड 25 years ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. भाई फियर है, अटेंडेंस तो देनी है भाई. So I want at least one or two questions should be asked by the student. I'll be happy to answer. Let it be a stupid question, I don't mind.
Yes, anyone can ask questions if you have. I think people don't have. So just wait a minute. Sir, you are on mute.
So do connect me on LinkedIn if you want any advice, one to
Sure,
one.
sure.
Maybe you have a fear of not asking in public or something. I'll be happy to answer you.
Yes, sir. Akshita, are you there? Akshita? Akshita, you may deliver the formal vote of thanks.
I was not able to unmute myself.
Okay, I made you co-host. Now you are able to speak.
Can I start with the vote of thanks?
Yes, go ahead.
That we're truly grateful for your presence of our extinguished speaker, Mr. Rajesh Sethi, sir. Your valuable insights into entrepreneurship, uh, the startup ecosystem and leadership have made the session highly enriching. On behalf of DSPSR family, I sincerely thank you, sir, for sharing your time, expertise, uh, experiences, and knowledge with us. I would like to extend my gratitude to Mr. Weber for moderating the session with thoughtfulness and clarity. My heartfelt thank goes to our respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members, and my fellow students for their active participation and constant support in making this event successful. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead.
So
Thank
let
you
me
so
just give
much
you a
for
closing.
coming.
Let me just give the closing note. If any one of you become an entrepreneur in this batch, I'll be the most happiest person on this earth. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.